Once again, Canelo Alvarez refusing to pay the sanctioning fees for the WBC. Now, look, I know a lot of you guys already know that. It's not a big surprise. It's not really breaking news, but I want to break it down because I don't think anyone has really thought about this, okay? You got the WBA, the WBC, the IBF, and the IBO. Okay, right now we know Canelo, he says, no, hell no, I'm not, I'm not going to pay the fees for the WBC, and if he doesn't, participate in the same day weigh-in for the IBF, then what's on the line here? The WBA and the IBO? That's it. So if Canelo wins, hypothetically, he walks away with the WBA and the IBO, and the WBC and the IBF would basically they'd be vacant. Okay, so he would have two belts, and the WBC IBF would be vacant. Now, also, just a little cliff note. Now, you got Billy Joe Saunders and Willie Monroe Jr. fighting for the WBO on the same night. Okay, and from the looks of it, Billy Joe Saunders, he's not looking good at all. There's a real possibility he will lose. So then you'd have, basically you'd have Billy Joe Saunders losing the WBO. So what a crazy thing. What a crazy thing. Imagine if Canelo wins, all right, he's got the the WBA and IBO, and then Willie Monroe Jr. has the WBO. So it could be just a crazy night. But let me get into a few things here. Now, remember, the WBC, how they created this belt here, okay, the belt for, you remember the Cinco de Mayo belt for Canelo Chavez. So basically they're creating another belt, from the same, I think it's like a tribe or something. I'm not, some kind of cult, I'm not what it is. So whoever these people are, it starts with an H. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it, but they designed the belt, and basically it's their culture, okay? Now, again, Canelo said, no, I'm not going to, accept that belt if he does win. So not only is he not going to, pay the sanctioning fees, but he's not even going to accept, the commemorative belt that the WBC is making for this particular fight. Okay, now look, I got some really cool pictures I'm going to show you guys in a minute. It's a first look at Canelo Golovkin in the ring together, and you can really see, the size difference. I mean, the physique. Okay, so just stay tuned. Okay, don't bounce just yet. I'm going to try to make it quick. Let me go over the WBC history real quick. A lot of people ask, how did we get here, right? So let me go over the brief history. It goes back to Marco Antonio Rubio. Okay, but first, so the WBC is an organization for a boxer to hold a belt as a champion. Okay, basically, if you're a boxer, you want the belt because it's a bargaining chip and you make money. If you're the champion, you get the big fights, you get the title fights, you get the big headliners, you make the most money. That's why, boxers, they chase these belts, because when you have that belt, it's a golden ticket, okay? And that's why. And just, another little cliff note, they typically pay 3% of their purse, to be able to, to have whatever sanctioning body sanction the fight. In this case, it would be the WBC. So whoever, like Canelo, he should be paying 3% of his purse, and he's not, but Golovkin will be paying 3% of his, so that way he can keep the belt when he wins. So, but look, let's go back to Cotto Canelo. Remember, Canelo said he would pay the sanctioning fees, but Cotto would not. Okay, now that's a little plot twist there. I'm talking about the Cotto Canelo fight. Okay, now Cotto and the WBC, they're very close. They're like family. They vacation in Mexico together with Mauricio Sullivan. I mean, they're just like family. Okay, but Cotto said, he had, during that time he had to pay Gennady Golovkin step aside money. So he said, I'm not going to pay Golovkin step aside money and, a $300,000 sanctioning fee, because remember, Gennady Golovkin was the interim champ, and he got that from Rubio, but we'll get into that. So Canelo won the title, and basically if Cotto won the fight, then Gennady Golovkin automatically would have been elevated to the full or the regular champion. I know it's a little bit confusing, but I'll explain in a minute, okay? So, again, if Cotto would have won because he did not pay the sanctioning fees, Golovkin would have already have had, you know, the WBC. Now, he eventually he got it. Canelo vacated, but, you know, he could have had it a little bit sooner is what I'm trying to say. Again, because he was the interim champ. And like I said, Cotto paid Golovkin step-aside money. Now, 3G, Gennady Golovkin, won the interim WBC from Rubio, okay? Now you gotta think, the only reason these sanctioning bodies created the whole interim title or interim, you know, spot was if there's some kind of medical situation or a legal situation, and basically, you know, it's a way to say, you know, this guy is next in line, that he's the interim champ, you know, he'll get a title shot next. But the only way they basically enforce that interim is, you know, if there's a legal or a medical situation. But, and there was, okay, and I hear a lot of guys, you know, asking these questions. That's why I want to go over it. Okay, Marco Antonio Rubio, remember, he was in court, and I don't remember what he was in court for, but and it was something to do with Chavez. Chavez lost to Martinez, and then the WBC could not force Martinez to fight Rubio, so they allowed the interim belt, because under the rules, it needed to be either a legal or a medical situation. So basically, Rubio allowed Martinez to fight Cotto, and Rubio fought Gennady Golovkin. So when Rubio lost to Gennady Golovkin became the interim champ, which, you know, made him the number, you know, basically the mandatory for Canelo after beating Cotto. Okay, it's confusing. So I just wanted to go over that history real quick. You know, how the hell did we get here? But like I said, you know, Canelo, he's not paying the fee, and I really doubt. I mean, look, do you think he's going to weigh in for the IBF? You know, that 10-pound limit? I don't. You know, so what the hell? I mean, if Canelo wins, he's got the WBA and you know, the IBO. That's crazy to me. So, you know, I wanted to throw that out there and you know, see what you guys think about it. But let me show you some really cool pictures right now. Well, first, let me just read this quick. It's like one sentence, so don't leave yet. Okay. So what's on the line right here? The Super WBA, WBC, IBF, and IBO Ring Magazine World Middleweight Championship. Okay. Now let me get down right here. Okay, Alvarez not paying the WBC sanctioning fees. If he wins, WBC title becomes vacant. And then, of course, the WBC will be offering a special, and here's that word, that HUICHOL, crafted commemorative belt to the winner. And basically, that's what I just showed you. It's going to look just like, it's the same people that designed this one, so it's going to look identical. But Canelo said he's not even going to accept that. Now, what the hell? Like, why is Canelo, you know, why is he hating on the WBC? Now, look, you know, you guys have to realize the sanctioning bodies, yeah, they're all these slimy, greedy people, but, you know, they don't have as much power as you think. Like I said, they don't have anything to do with the negotiations or, you know, the business end of it. I mean, basically, they just give out belts. That's it, you know. But you know, there's a lot of backdoor politics that go on, so they have a little bit more power than that. I mean, we all know that. You know, there's a lot of corrupt shit that goes on. You know, they'll allow, you know, or they'll sweep a failed drug test under the rug for this guy, but not that guy. You know, there's just a lot of shady shit that goes on with the sanctioning bodies. You know, especially the WBO, which I don't like them at all. So, but yeah, so it's just I thought, you know, I wanted to throw that out there, but let me show you these pictures. Now, there's like some kind of promotion coming out this Sunday, I believe, or possibly this weekend. It's a Gennady Golovkin Canelo promotion, and then there's that it's like a movie or a documentary, like I Am a Boxer or I Am Boxing, you know. And I saw the picture where you had Hearns, Canelo, Golovkin, and who else was it up there? Damn, I can't remember who else, but you know, just some older fighters, and it's got like this old, authentic look to it, you know. So I thought it was really cool. But let me show you the picture with Gennady Golovkin and Canelo in the ring together. Let's see, here we go. Okay, now, like I said, this is, they're shooting for the promo right here. Okay, and you know, you can tell it's kind of like it's like a time period thing where it's set back in time. where did my, hang on, let me find my one picture. I got to really, here we go, right here. Okay. And they're kind of posing. Of course, this is Gennady Golovkin in the black trunks, Canelo in the white trunks, and this was taken just like a couple of days ago. But look, what do you notice? Okay, and I know this might be crazy. You know, you might think that I'm really digging into things or, you know, really reaching here. But to me, I can already tell that Golovkin just looks a lot bigger. I mean, do you see? I mean, look at the size like of his back, and then you got Canelo, the legs. I mean, he just looks a lot bigger to me. And you know, and it could be a camera angle, but I thought it was kind of cool, you know, seeing those two guys in the ring together. And here, you know, they're standing there, whatever. But this is what the promo will look like. You know, you're basically going to see, you know, this old Roberto Duran. That's who it was, Roberto Duran. By the way, it was Hearns, Canelo, Golovkin, and Roberto Duran in the picture that I'm talking about. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but it looks really cool. You know, they've got like these old worn out leather gloves on, and it's set, you know, like I said, it's set, you know, 20, 30 years ago or whatever. But I noticed the size difference right there. Now, also, let me see what I got here. What I got. Oh, real quick. Side note, you know, I like to throw a little bit of comedy in. Okay, during the press event, I had to share this with you guys. Okay, Saunders told Monroe, he goes, "I know by looking in your eyes you're weak." And Monroe said, "I can see by looking at your face you're fat." Oh, that's too much. Look, that's probably one of the best comebacks in boxing. I know by looking in your eyes you're weak. He said, "I can see by looking at your face you're fat." And he did. Look, Billy Joe Saunders is looking bloated and out of fucking shape. Okay, he really is. And, you know, like I said, Willie Monroe Jr. might walk away with that WBO. And we already know, though, fucking Gennady Golovkin already beat the brakes off him. So hopefully he does win it, you know what I mean? Then Golovkin can definitely become the undisputed middleweight champion. So, but yeah, pretty cool pictures right here. I mean, I wanted to share them. Now, I wish this, I'm going to end it here. But, you know, I keep telling you guys that Gennady Golovkin, his physique, his body has changed. Okay, now I wish this was a better picture. And I'm going to make one, actually. I'm going to get in my Photoshop and make a really cool picture. But look at this. I know it's blurry. Sorry, just you know, I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to make a really good HD one, though. But look, here's the Monroe fight. I mean, look at his body, okay? The Martin Murray, okay? The Antonio Rubio, the Daniel Gill, right? I mean, look at this, okay? Now, let's get into David Lemieux, okay? He looked pretty good there. Dominic Wade. But do you notice? Do you see something here? Look at the Brook fight and look at the Jacobs, okay? You see? I mean, I don't understand how people can tell me that there's not a change, right? I mean, look at this. You know, and I understand he was younger in his prime, but I mean, look at his stomach right here. Look at it, you know, the abs, and he's just, you know, he's ripped. I mean, you can see these little bitty bulging muscles everywhere. Okay, and then you go up to Jacobs, and he just looks different to me. He just, and this is what I was trying to tell you guys when I say that to me, you know, he's changed. I said his body is changing, and people in the comment section like flip the hell out on me, and I'm like, well, just go look at the fucking pictures, like, you know, I mean, damn. But I mean, look at this, Brook. Look at this. This is for Brook. Okay, you look at this, right? And then look at this. I mean, you see, I know it's a bad picture, but, you know, it's good enough to get my point across. So, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. You know, basically, I wanted to throw that out there, just a little, you know, something to think about, you know, with the belts and everything, and the physique and the size difference, and the promo, you know, to let you guys know. It looks like there's a really cool promo coming out soon. So, all right, guys, leave your comment below, and as always, I greatly appreciate it.